friends, it's David D. This is PRM, and I have a very interesting poll to go over with you. This is some very big news for Bernie Sanders. We got Yang gaining in the polls. We have Tulsi in the race. I'll be breaking it all down here for you, so stick around. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so the last Emerson poll for the state of New Hampshire, which is what we're focusing on today, was back in September. So it's been a couple months. Let's see where everyone's at. I'll give you the plus and the minus. Let's start at the bottom. I see Marianne Williamson, who I like very much, polling at 1%. That's the same. She hasn't changed since September, so that's unfortunate to see. Okay, 2% we see Amy Klobuchar and Cory Booker at 2%. Now, if you would have watched the debates on MSNBC the other day, you would have think they were the front runners because they gave them so much time. Corporate media bias, okay, if you don't know. They are tied, like I said, Klobuchar and Booker are tied at 2%. That's a +2 for Amy, and that is a -2 for Cory Booker. Okay, we see Tom Steyer showing up now. He is at 3%. That is a +2. He was polling at 1% back in September. He has gained 2 points. We see Andrew Yang, 5%. This is a +2. Once again, more incremental skyward movement from Andrew Yang. He was 3% back in September. So, hey, we'll take it, right? Tulsi Gabbard is next. She is at 6%. This is the same. Tulsi Gabbard was polling at 6% back in September in the Emerson poll. There is no change here, but still, that's still good in my opinion. But we got to see some gains from Tulsi and Yang pretty soon here. Like, I start getting worried when we get to December, and we're right on the cusp. Okay, moving on. Here are some very interesting downswings. We see Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden tied at 14%. Now, Elizabeth Warren was, what was it? Okay, this is a -7% drop for Elizabeth Warren, and this is a -10% drop, 10-point drop, forgive me, for Joe Biden. So we're seeing some amazing numbers trending downward for two people who are considered frontrunners, that being Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren. So, wow, they are tied at 14%, and their numbers are going down. Moving on, okay, number 2, this is a big one too, Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg is polling at 22% in this poll. Back in September, he was polling at 11%. So this is a +11-point gain for Pete Buttigieg since September. That's notable. Whether you like Pete or you don't, you have to take this guy seriously to a degree. I believe he's being propped up. I really, genuinely believe this guy is being propped up by the media, by mainstream media. They gave him more time than so many other candidates the other night on MSNBC, where he shouldn't have got, if they're going by polling requirements, Pete Buttigieg should have not gotten that much time. The fact is, they have bias for Pete Buttigieg. They are propping this guy up. If you do any Google searches on this guy, you'll see a lot of horrible things coming out of his home state of Indiana, where he's just horrible with the black community. He's very out of touch with people in poverty. Just the stats are not good for Pete Buttigieg, but nonetheless, he is surging, and MSM is propping him up. So you have to take note of Pete Buttigieg. Okay, sitting at number 1, Bernie Sanders, 26%. This is a +13-point gain since last September's, this past September's Emerson poll for New Hampshire. +13. You can see, like, where the squad with their endorsement of Bernie Sanders is really punching through. He's gotten tons of celebrity endorsements, people I've never heard of, I don't know. They're very young, they're the Generation Z, the millennials, and they're celebrities, I guess, their generation celebrities. So I don't really know, but there has been a wave of support showing up in the media, And it's showing up tremendously in this New Hampshire Emerson poll. Bernie Sanders, 26%, a plus 13-point gain. Amazing. Okay, and just some other stats about the poll. This was poll data that was gathered from November 22nd through the 26th of this month. The sample size was actually a little bit larger than they usually do. It was 549 people, which may not sound like it a lot, but it actually is for these polling samples. It's rather generous. And the margin of error is 4.1. So just to give you some stats on that. So I'm going to leave this link down below with additional data. We can go over it in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, click the bell, and I'll meet you down in the comments.